Hi everyone. So with Amazon KDP cutting the royalty rates, some authors are getting less than half royalties starting next month. So I thought I would give some real life examples because some of you asked that I use the Amazon KDP royalty calculator. So you can actually see the current versus the future upcoming royalty changes and then what your profit margins might look like. So I'm going to give you real life examples, and then I'm also going to tell you what exactly I think you should do about it so you can still continue making the maximum amount of profit with your book sales. All right, so let's get right into it. So here you can see this is one of the best-selling independently published books on Amazon. This is a coloring book by Coco Wayo. And currently they have a book that is priced at $7.99. It has 88 pages and the book is 8.5 by 8.5 inches. So currently, per the Amazon royalty calculator, they are making $1.95 per book sale. And then once the new royalty changes kick in after June 10th, they're only going to make $1.16. So you can see right here that is a reduced income by about 40% for all of their books. So they either have to raise their prices or they have to accept the fact that they'll get paid 40% less. And then here we have a Sudoku book. So this is the #1 selling Sudoku book in the Sudoku category, and overall of all the books on Amazon, it is ranked 562. So this one is currently selling for $6.99. It has 116 pages and it is 8.5 by 11. So currently they are earning about $1.22 per sale on Amazon.com. And once the change kicks in after June 10th, they're only going to make 52 cents. So that's over 60% less than what they're getting now. So that's quite a bit cut. So they are either going to have to increase their book prices. I mean, I personally would recommend never going below $7.99 again. For me, that would be the lowest cutoff now with the current royalty price changes. Or if you're going to keep at the lower prices, I think you just have to switch off all Amazon ads, because if you're making 52 cents profits, it's almost impossible to be profitable with your Amazon ads. So that's just another example. Then here, this is a How to Draw Everything book. They are ranked number 31 out of all the books on Amazon. But currently with their page count and their book size, they are making $3.67. And you can see that they're charging $10.90. So if your book is over $9.99 in pricing, then your profits are not changing. So I just wanted to show you that. And the reason it shows this one is because this is the best-selling independently published book that is over the price of $9.99. So you can see that at higher prices, it is still possible to get sales. And their book is only 110 pages long. They independently published in November of 2023, so not too long ago. And they're charging almost $11, and they have now 3,500 reviews. So it's definitely possible to charge more. You just have to have the right kind of book. It has to be high quality cover, high quality interior, and then people are willing to pay for that. Here's just another example in the opposite direction now. So this is like a graph paper book, but the same would apply for notebooks and such books. So this is also independently published, and these publishers are charging $5.87. And currently they are making 68 cents profit per sale. And once the updates in the royalties comes on June 10th, now they're only going to make 10 cents per sale. So as you can see, doing like low content books like notebooks and journals and graph paper books at these low prices won't be worth it anymore. So these guys, from what I've seen, they do run ads. So most likely they will have to switch them all off and most likely increase the price to maybe at least $6.99 or something like that. But obviously notebooks are not worth that much because you can get them for way cheaper on Walmart or just in a local shop. So these kinds of books only have so much value. That's one of the reasons I would suggest staying away from that, especially if you're a new publisher. The only way I would consider that is if you are doing Amazon FBA and you get them printed in India or China or Pakistan or something like that, and then shipped to the Amazon warehouses and fulfilled through Amazon. Here's just a few more examples from the royalty calculator that I wanted you to see. So if you have a book that is 8.5 by 11 that is sold on Amazon with 108 pages and sold for $6.99, currently you're going to make $1.35, but after this update on June 10th, only 66 cents. So here you can see it's about half the profits. One example for the UK, so same thing, 8.5 by 11, 108 pages, and then in pounds, £6.99. So currently in the UK, you make £2 and 4 cents. And then after the update, it would only be £1 and 35 cents. If you're selling in Germany for 6.99 euros, you're currently making $1.71 profit. But with this update, you will only make $1.02. Italy, same thing as Germany. Currently, you'll make $1.71. And then after the update, $1.02 only. Canada, if you're selling Canadian dollars, a book for $8.99 with 108 pages, you make about $1.86 currently. But then after this update, only 97 cents, so also about half less. So while all of this sounds really, really bad, there are some good news. And here's just some examples of books, like low and medium content type of books that are higher priced than what you might expect. And they are doing really, really well. So, I mean, we saw one book earlier for $10. Here's just another book. This has a bestseller rank of 134. It's a Would You Rather book for kids, and they're charging $9.99. So they're obviously doing really, really well. And just in case you're curious about the sales estimates and all of these BSR showing up for each of these books, that is a Chrome extension called Titan's Quick View. You can check it out. So here's one more example of an activity book. It has an overall bestseller rank of 6,000, which is also really, really good. And this is also priced at $9.99, so they're doing really well at that price range. Here's another one, another activity book. They have a bestseller rank of 4,000, so it's even better than the last one. They're also charging $9.99. So this is just really great to see that you can charge higher and you still are able to get sales. But obviously one thing that becomes really, really important is having the best keywords in your title as well as your backend keywords and choosing the right categories. So if you want a tool to find categories that suit your book, you can use a free category finder tool on selfpublishingtitans.com. And that could be quite helpful for you to actually find the best categories. And if you are trying to find the best keywords, you can check out a Chrome extension called Titans Pro, where you can find hundreds and hundreds of different keywords. And then here's just two more examples. These books are priced at $7.99, so it's a bit lower, and these guys are going to have less profits. But what I did want to say is that these books, if you have a really good BSR, you're still going to make a lot of sales. And if you're not running a lot of ads, then this might just be fine. The point I'm making here is that for us personally, with our own published books, our rock bottom prices will now be $7.99 for medium content books. So, but that would be the lowest. Ideally, you charge $9.99 or $8.99, or you just even go above $10. Okay, so what should you do? So my first tip is I would stop with notebooks altogether. If those books are too easy to make, there's hundreds of thousands of people making notebooks and publishing notebooks. It's very competitive, and now with the Amazon KDP royalty changes, the profit margins are just really low. And the only way I would still consider doing notebooks or journals and these kinds of books is if you're already well established in the niche and people are looking for your brand and for your books, or if you have the capital to print books in China or India or Pakistan and ship them to the Amazon warehouses in America. So that'll be my number one tip. Focus on books that can get you more profits and not these rock bottom low prices. All right, so my next tip is that you should be promoting all of your other books within the same brand on the back of your book cover or even in the last few pages of your book. So you could have a few pages dedicated just showing the different book covers and the titles of those books, so all your readers can see what your next books are that they could purchase. So if you do coloring books, you can showcase maybe 9 different coloring books that they can get. If you do activity or puzzle books, you show those puzzle books. If you create cookbooks, then maybe you have a few other cookbooks they can purchase from you, and so on. Or if you write children's books, if you've written a series of books, then let them know about those books. And the whole point in doing that is just to really encourage people to become repeat buyers from you and then become invested readers. So I would really highly recommend that you focus on medium and high content books. So this would include puzzle books, activity books, picture books, how-to books, cookbooks, storybooks, and these kinds of books. And if you are possibly interested in doing puzzle books or activity books, Then on selfpublishingtitans.com, you can find over 30 different kinds of puzzle and activity tools where you can easily create books like that. They're really fun to make and really fun for the users. All right, so my next tip is that if you have a book that qualifies to be an ebook, so if it's something that users can read, I would highly recommend you make sure all of your books are converted into Kindle ebooks, because that's just one more way for you to make money and to get sales. And ebook prices and royalties are not affected with this current change. So that's just one good positive point. Then the other thing is if you have children's books or you have how-to books or any kind of fiction or high content books, I would really consider investing into making those into audiobooks. You can either narrate in yourselves, or if you don't feel comfortable, you don't know how to, I would recommend just hiring a freelancer on Upwork or Fiverr and just find someone that has a really good voice, has a lot of good reviews and a lot of experience, and then you can also make really good money doing audiobooks. We ourselves have started doing audiobooks, and it's just one good avenue of making profits, and there's a lot less people doing that because it costs money or it takes a lot of time doing it. So the competition is a lot smaller, and once again, audiobook profits are not affected with this change coming up. And now one of my most important tips I can give you is really build a brand. And by building a brand, I mean having a lead magnet inside of your books, getting emails from your readers, creating a group on Facebook or some other group platform where people and readers can join and ask you questions, get to know you, get to know the other readers, and just really build a community. And then the other thing you want to do is have a website where you can sell your books, where you can sell merchandise, where you can sell other kinds of products. Just products that relate to your niche. So if you're doing cookbooks, maybe you can sell other cookbooks, maybe you can sell aprons, maybe a knife set or anything like that. Or if you're doing coloring books, you can consider selling coloring pencils or other coloring books and things like that. Just get creative and see what else your audience might be interested in and might want to already support you with. These are really good ways of building a brand and also getting extra income so you can continue creating books. So part of building a brand and just getting sales and doing marketing in general would be doing social media. If you are willing to try out doing videos, I would really highly suggest doing videos for TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest, and such platforms, YouTube, etc. And then if you're not willing to be on camera or to make videos, then at least try making picture posts on Pinterest, on Instagram, and on Twitter X. And also on X, you can obviously also just make text posts if that is applicable to you. All right, so these are my tips. So stay confident, stay strong, keep publishing. And if you follow these tips, I think you'll come out on top and flourishing and prospering. I hope this video was useful to you, and then I'll see you in the next video. Bye.